Booker J here at Hammerfest 2016. I'm joined by the very delectful Mr. Rocky Shades.
Hello!
Hello, Wildside Riot. Playing again.
Playing again, yeah, but this time a bit later, so obviously the people that set their alarm clocks to get there, like the last time, they've got no excuse this time.
Well, to be fair, there couldn't be anybody getting in last time. It was absolutely fucking rammed.
Wasn't it? I didn't realise that was such an achievement until I actually went to yesterday's 12 o'clock sort of performance, which didn't start at 12, and there was no one there.
It struggles sometimes, but it takes about an hour, half an hour for everything to warm up.
Yeah.
So a band can be halfway through their set, then all of a sudden there's 1,000 people in, and you're like, oh shit. But I still stand by what I said to you 2 years ago. I haven't seen a better performance on any stage here than yours 2 years ago. Fucking amazing. Yeah,
you will today. Oh, we're going to cook today. The one thing I've noticed since I've been here all weekend is there hasn't been a band that has really tried to grab the audience and say, you need waking and shaking.
Yeah.
You know, we'll do the. I mean,
I think Joker's Rage yesterday.
I was about to say Joker's Rage. I love them to bits. What a fantastic.
Was that the first time you'd seen them?
Yeah, it was.
I'd seen them last year, and I was just stunned.
I was recommended to go and see them, so I went to see them. I didn't know what to expect, and the lead singer, he was just so energetic.
It's hilarious,
and I thought that was going to start the day's proceedings, but it sort of started and ended until my mates New Gen appeared, and they got a little thing going.
Because they came in last minute,
but they actually got like a bit of a thing going, bit of a buzz going. Up to that point, even some of the bigger name bands, I didn't see anything that made me think whoosh, anything that made me think, yeah, come on you motherfuckers, that sort of thing.
You think it's because everybody's hungover?
No, I just think, I don't want to decry the UK, but I just think we've lost the ability to enjoy music the way we used to enjoy music. We go back to like being kids and stuff, when we used to go and see our bands when they were our heroes, inverted commas. We used to go fucking mental. First time I saw AC/DC, I had banged so hard at Birmingham Town Hall, I fell off the balcony. You don't see anything like that these days. Nobody moves with that sort of gusto these days. And I'm still convinced that there's quite a few short people milling around waiting to sue me because they broke my fall. I actually survived that one so well.
What year was that?
That was 76.
That was the year I was born. That's terrible.
Shit.
You were watching AC/DC the year I was
watching
born.
AC/DC.
The real AC/DC.
You heard it first, folks. I was watching AC/DC the year Mucker J was born. Am I really that old?
Yeah. So talking of the whole AC/DC thing, what's your thoughts on the whole, the band are now disbanding original members to a state that, should they really carry on?
No. I love AC/DC to bits. It's one of the bands that I've always kept up the albums. There's certain bands that no matter how long an album comes out or how similar to the last one it sounds, they just, for me, it's like, you remember we did some shows with Dave Evans last year, and anyone who doesn't know Dave Evans, he used to be the original AC/DC singer before Bon Scott, and Dave was playing his own stuff, but he was also playing some AC/DC stuff. Nobody has ever got me headbanging that hard at one of my own gigs before even going on stage than the AC/DC feel. I once got thrown out of Birmingham Odeon for headbanging so hard in the aisle watching AC/DC on the Let There Be Rock tour. The bloody bouncers threw me out for being a danger, because my hair at the time was so long, not the big, bouffanted fire risk, but my hair was so long, almost Lemmy-esque at the time. That was my Afghan wearing stage. That's a coat, not the dog. They obviously thought that was a danger to people, and there was no health and safety back then, but they obviously thought that sooner or later this hair's going to whip somebody into a frenzy, and they're going to have to beat me up or whatever. And they threw me outside. I'm thinking, oh, get a grip. Throw me out of an AC/DC concert. How cool's that?
For headbanging, yeah. But yeah, you're right with Dave Evans, and also I think you you were there the other year when we saw Choir Boys at the Rock and Blues.
Yes.
And do you remember Chris Slade was on stage?
Oh, yes.
The old drummer, the Thunderstruck.
Well, I saw Chris Slade's Time Machine,
That
which
was it,
is one
it
of the
was
most
Chris Slade's
amazing concepts I've ever witnessed. It's
'Cause he's
a
worked with
concept
so
I
many
actually had
bands.
myself. You know, I was going to do the Rocky Shades Time Machine. Well, I don't think we could have played that long. It would have been a festival.
Yeah. He's worked with so many bands, and I interviewed him afterwards, and I said, I could see you going back to AC/DC one day. Less than 12 months later,
I said exactly the same.
he fucking rejoins them.
I said exactly the same, because out of all the stuff in the set, what got people going the most?
Thunderstruck. You can't. He is the Thunderstruck man. The double drum. Just killed
Biggest
it.
sound like ever.
12 minutes of a drum solo. Normally you'd say, poser, but not Chris.
But I mean, who could actually like put a show on where you'd get AC/DC 1 minute, some like pop people that he actually had stuff to do with, which I can't remember any of the names.
He had Asia. He did Elton John.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's gone back to the 60s. He was working for Elvis Presley.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, what?
And then next thing we've got Manfred Mann's Earth Band playing, and I'm thinking, all at the same show. This is like what goes on in my head every day. This is like a maelstrom.
This is the confusing works of Rocky Shades.
This is the scary corridors that become my mind.
So let's go back to you though,
Okay.
and the band, of course, because that's what we're supposed to be interviewing you about.
There's plenty of time for that.
I know. So Rocky Shades and Wildside Riot's been a bit quiet.
I'll tell you why it's been a bit quiet. If you imagine Wildside Riot as one of those old-fashioned board games, and there's that square where you miss loads of turns unless you like throw the right number. But imagine you're not playing with a 6-sided dice, you're playing with like one of those Dungeons and Dragons or 20-sided dice. So throwing the right number is like really, really hard. The right number is actually like a stable lineup, a lineup that doesn't belong to other bands. Unfortunately, Wildside Riot still haven't thrown that number. We're getting damn close. Johnny obviously went to join New Gen, and we got Kenny in. That's another bass player we've got today. Gypsy Pistolero's Kenny K. Dole.
Right.
He's fitting in a treat, but we're just getting a sound together. We're just getting a nice feel together, because now we're a 4-piece, not a 5-piece. We've lost what I thought was the integral sound of Wildside Riot originally, because I had like a template for a sound originally. But now, our drummer, your old mate, Gaz Wild, who works for TBFM as well, his studio is now taking up so much time, and his family is taking up so much time. He feels he's holding us back. Now, we're all brothers. There is no animosity between any of us. We've all been through all that shit. We're all brothers, and we had this really long, serious talk. Gaz wants to do stuff with the band. Still, he wants to help me, he wants to use the studio. Since he become El Presidente of Insonic Studios of Lincoln.
Get that one in there. Check it out on Facebook.
Check him out on Facebook, go around his house, play with his kids, that sort of thing. But in a nice way.
Always.
Don't get on the bad side of Annabelle, his wife, because she can lift 90 pounds dead weight. Anyway.
Oh yeah, she was.
Oh yeah, for a thin strip of a girl, she can lift, you know what I'm saying?
Not about that.
But no, basically, it's a mechanic situation. We all want a gig, we all want to do more. Unfortunately, I didn't help matters by almost having a nervous breakdown just before Christmas. Various reasons, all sorts of pressures.
It was a Christmas post. It was a Christmas post,
that didn't help, Various
you were
reasons.
just dreading doing the Christmas post.
I just absolutely had this like minor breakdown, and that sort of slowed things down a bit. And obviously this news that Gaz can't invest time in, we're now having to find another drummer. We use this little platform to say any serious drummers that would like to join a band as wild as us.
Chris Slade?
I don't even be able to afford Chris Slade.
Nah, he'd come in for free.
Anybody wild enough to think they're one of the Wildside boys, we are actually looking for new drummers now. But Gaz is willing to do stuff when he can.
Yeah.
So even if the drummer that we get only wants to dip for a little bit.
So you're talking a job share? You're going to do a job share?
Only at the start. I actually want something more permanent.
Yeah, you need a proper brother to stay.
And I also then eventually want to introduce a second guitar, because I'm missing the second guitar.
Miss it, aren't you? You need that person there and that person there, otherwise you've got too much stage.
I need the guitarist to do the diddly, axe hero stuff while the rhythm's still going. I don't like the idea of the diddly going on when everything just drops down to the bass and drums. It just doesn't do it for me. Yeah. I need that extra crunch, because that extra crunch gets me more aggressive and it gets my performance going that little bit more faster.
Yeah. Makes you exciting.
When we play as a 4-piece, there's always a rhythm guitar going on in my head.
There's a lot going on in your head.
Oh, you wouldn't want to go there. Lots of doorways. You wouldn't want to go
That's another show. So we got the drummers. We need to get a new drummer in. Have we got gigs going set up, or are you just getting there again?
No, we've been offered lots of gigs that we can't do.
You don't want to. You don't want to put your name in.
I don't want to let people down. So when we take on gigs, we want to be able to do them 100%. We want to be able to tour. We want to be able to commit ourselves 100%. I don't want to have to say like, oh, we could do that, but we can't do this, and we maybe, you can't hear that sort of thing these days.
No, you got to be 100% on you. You just got to be in there.
At one point, because the band had changed to such a degree, I was even contemplating launching a new band and just rebranding the whole thing. And I'm still toying with the concept, because at the end of the day, Wildside Riot is still Wildside Riot. I think if it morphs into something else, I don't think it deserves to be called a previous man.
Would you ever go to the, or would you find it pompous to go to just Rocky Shades?
I would.
Do you think the band would?
This is the bone of contention. I don't want any band member of mine to feel like they're just my hired help.
Your bitches.
And my bitches, yeah. But unfortunately, this is what happens when you name a band after yourself. I mean, at one point, Wildside Riot was just going to be called Shades, and that wasn't my suggestion.
Really?
That was 4 out of 5 band members.
You were the one who said no.
And I was the one that said no. No, there was another band member.
But hang on. If you were 4-1 down, then it should have happened. He's the boss.
Yeah, this is like democracy in action.
It's got to be all or nothing.
All or nothing. Yeah. If you have one member that doesn't want to be a something, I mean, bear in mind, when we named the band Wildside Riot, it took about 350 attempts of names, because all the names that were coming across, we had like 3, a 5 liked it, 4 and a 1, 2 and a 3,
Did you do private ballot votes?
Well, we tried, but at the end of the day, when you say like, hey, how about calling ourselves, and then the one goes, that's shit, you then can't say, well, I'm calling it that, because that one person then will go on stage and think to himself, I'm in this shit name band and I'm going to play like a cunt.
Like with the football.
Like the football,
yeah. So, is the recording going on? Is there new recordings coming soon?
This is the really frustrating thing. I've written since Wildside Riot did that first album. I'd say we've written between us.
The Royal Eye.
The lyrics are all mine. So I always say that because I've had an hand in the music, I've helped write, but I'm not one of these characters that say like, I've done everything because it's my band, but I have actually helped to the music, and we've written so many songs, but every new member that comes in, it just doesn't sound right, and you do have to reset, that's the word. And even when Johnny came in and learned the most out of anybody that's come in, old Wrathchild stuff and Wildside Riot stuff, the new stuff just didn't sound like Johnny. And even with Johnny on it,
he's got some skills, that guy.
Oh, I love that guy.
Love him.
I love that band, but I think they need a bit more aggression. They need to, they look like they want to, you knock their point over, they rip your face off. I think they need to bring that across.
Johnny's like that, but when you actually talk to him, he's a big softy.
So nice, isn't he? Yeah.
You just want to cuddle him instead.
I love the band to bits.
Right about New Gen Superstars.
Yeah, new Gen. I mean, Johnny, he knows he's my rock brother. He'll always be my rock brother. And congratulations to him and Rachel, by the way.
Yeah, got engaged.
I only got my internet connected the other day, so I only just found out.
You were the last one.
Probably the last one in the world to find out. So I congratulated them yesterday at the gig, and it was like, oh hey, that's like old news, man. You know, I'm like,
Hey, you can do it on stage though. Do it on stage today. Give him a shout.
Alright, come in.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it
A lot
is.
of things coming today.
Oh yeah. So yeah. So
Yeah, back to your original question.
recordings.
We are going to try and stabilise the lineup and put something out before people forget who we are. But my main
No one will forget you.
My main concern is if I have to rebrand the name, I want a name that, like I say, you'd be proud of. You could even think of the name. You think of a good name, we'll have it. You know what I mean? Because I want to front a band that doesn't sound old hat, doesn't sound like revisiting old territory. I'm still young enough inside to do this. I still perform better than a lot of these like younger people, and I don't see why I should throw the towel in.
No.
You know, because I'll show them today. I'll show some of them young puppies today what
How you do that show.
You know what I'm saying? And putting me on later, that's just a bonus.
Yeah, should have a good crowd today. Everybody's just coming out the hangovers now, and you know, there's us. We're drinking.
We are drinking.
Cheers.
Cheers again.
Aye.
That was a pause for a drink, by the way.
Right, we'll have to leave it there because there's more interviews coming up, and you've got to go
cool,
get
bro.
yourself ready. But thank you for coming to join us. I know it was only a sort of last minute.
You've got hours for that, yeah.
You've got to glam up, man. Sorry, you can't get more glam.
I'm going on like this. I don't have to glam up for
You
anybody.
sure you don't want to wear this?
Oh, I love that. That's brilliant. We were talking about your suits yesterday, me and Steve.
Brilliant. Well, Rocky,
It's
it's
been a
been
real pleasure.
amazing to meet
Watch
you
this
up again.
space. It hasn't died yet.
There's a new name coming.
Yeah, we can have a competition.
I think we
Find a new
should.
name.
We should. Thank you very much.